The first words you say every morning are not just words, they're instructions to your entire life. As the Buddha said, what we think, we become. What we feel, we attract. What we imagine, we create. 1. I am awake, and that is already enough. You opened your eyes this morning, maybe slowly, maybe with a weight you can't name pressing on your chest. Maybe your mind was already racing. Maybe you woke up tired, even though you slept. But still, you woke up. And that simple fact holds more power than you realize. Before anything else, pause. Before you reach for your phone, before you remember yesterday's pain or tomorrow's pressure, just stop. Just sit with the truth that you're still here. You were given another sunrise, another chance, another day to breathe, to heal, to grow, even if only by one quiet step. Not everyone received that gift today, and yet you did. You were chosen to keep going, even if you feel weak, even if you don't feel ready, even if life hasn't made sense in a long time. You don't need to earn this day. You don't need to prove anything before you're allowed to feel peaceful. There's no scoreboard, no finish line waiting for you to be worthy. You already are. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not broken. You're breathing. And that means life is still unfolding through you. You're still part of the story. Let this moment, this silent, unseen moment, be enough for now. Let your first thought be gratitude, not guilt. Let your first breath be soft, not sharp. Let your first feeling be presence, not panic. The world will ask you to rush, to hustle, to impress, but your soul is asking you to arrive in this moment fully, not half scattered across worries or regrets. Just here, because right now, in this second, you are not your to-do list. You are not your fears. You are not your past. You are a soul waking up again, and that is sacred. So remind yourself gently, I don't have to do anything extraordinary to deserve peace. I don't have to fix my entire life in one morning. I don't need everyone to understand me. All I need is to return to this breath, to let this stillness hold me, and to remember, I'm still here, and that in itself is enough. 2. I am not my thoughts, I am the observer. This morning, as your eyes open and your mind starts to speak, you might notice it's not quiet. Thoughts begin flooding in. Some come gently, others crash in like waves. They say things like, you're not doing enough. You'll never catch up. Why did you say that yesterday? What if everything goes wrong today? And suddenly, without realizing it, you begin believing them. You feel anxious, tired, already defeated, and the day hasn't even started yet. But here's the truth your soul is trying to remind you of. You are not your thoughts. You are the one watching them. You are the sky, not the passing weather. The ocean, not the surface waves. The witness, not the noise. Your mind can lie to you. It can pull from old fears, buried wounds, broken memories, imagined futures. It can replay conversations you had 5 years ago, or predict disasters that never even happen. But your thoughts are not you. They are just visitors, passing through the house of your mind. And you are the host. You decide which ones stay. You decide which ones speak. So when a thought comes today that tries to shame you, pause. Notice it. Name it. That's fear. That's self-doubt. That's an old story, not a current truth. And then let it pass. Buddhist wisdom teaches us that peace begins not when the mind is silent, but when we stop believing everything it says. Your power is not in controlling every thought. It's in not reacting to all of them. It's in that sacred space where you observe, breathe, and choose. And from that space, you return to freedom, not because your mind is perfect, but because you remembered who you truly are. You are not the storm, you are the open sky. You are not the thought, you are the awareness that watches it float by, without clinging. You are not broken, you are just human, learning to separate what is loud from what is true. So this morning, gently remind yourself, my thoughts may speak, but they do not define me. I am the observer, the watcher, the silent space behind the noise. And in that awareness, you are already free. 3. No moment controls me. I respond, I don't react. This world moves fast. People speak without thinking. Things break. News shocks. Plans fail. Sometimes before you've even had your first sip of water, life throws something at you. And for most people, that's all it takes. One message, one comment, one delay. And suddenly they're panicking. Their breath shortens. Their voice raises. Their mind spins. Their peace is gone just like that. But not you. Not anymore. Because this morning, you remember something deeper. You are not here to be controlled by the moment. You are here to master how you move through it. There's a quiet power in those who do not react instantly. They don't fight chaos with more chaos. They don't let their emotions lead the way. They pause. They breathe. They observe. And then they choose their response. That's the difference between pain and peace. Between being a victim of the moment and becoming its master. Buddhist wisdom teaches, in the stillness between stimulus and response lies your true freedom. Most people never find that stillness, but you are training yourself to live there. Even if the world around you is loud, even if someone disrespects you, even if things don't go your way, you don't let that moment decide your mood. You don't hand over your peace like it's nothing, because your peace is not cheap. It took years to build, and you will not let it shatter over things that won't matter in a week. So this morning, repeat it softly but firmly to yourself. No moment controls me. I am not here to react, I am here to respond with wisdom. I do not lose myself to what is outside of me. I carry my stillness wherever I go. And even if today brings conflict, frustration, or tension, you'll walk through it with calm eyes. Because you remembered something that most people never do. True strength is not loud. It's not in fists, or words, or arguments. It's in the person who can feel the fire and still choose water. 4. I will not trade peace for popularity. Every morning you wake up, and the world is already waiting for a version of you. It wants you to be impressive, to perform, to entertain, to prove that you're likable, lovable, desirable, valuable. And if you're not careful, you'll start your day not as yourself, but as a shape made to fit into other people's hands. You'll post something just to be seen. You'll agree to something just to be liked. You'll smile just to be accepted. And before you know it, you're exhausted. Not because life is too heavy, but because you're carrying everyone's expectations except your own. But this morning, you choose differently. You remember something your soul was trying to say all along. You don't have to lose yourself to be loved. You don't have to betray your inner peace to earn someone's approval. There is a kind of silence that feels like peace. And there is a kind of applause that feels like pressure. And not all attention is nourishment. Sometimes it's noise wearing a smile. Buddhism teaches us it is better to live your own life imperfectly than to live someone else's life perfectly. So what if you're not the most liked today? So what if someone misunderstands you? So what if you don't please everyone? That is not your purpose. You are not here to be a mirror for people's comfort. You are here to be a vessel for truth, even when it's quiet, even when it's lonely, even when it costs you the crowd. Because peace is the highest currency, and you cannot buy it with performance. You can only find it when you choose to stop performing altogether. This morning, look in the mirror and gently affirm, I don't have to please everyone to feel peace within. My soul is not a product. My truth is not negotiable. I am allowed to be calm, even when others want me to be loud. I am allowed to be invisible, if that means being free. So no, you will not trade your peace for popularity. Not today. Not anymore. Because applause fades. Attention shifts. But peace? Peace stays. And it speaks to you in the softest voice, right now reminding you, you are already enough without the crowd. 5. I do not chase, I attract by alignment. There is a kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from working hard. It comes from chasing what was never meant to be yours. Chasing people who don't see you. Chasing dreams that only feed your ego, not your soul. Chasing timelines that make you feel behind. And when you live like that, even your victories feel empty. But this morning, something inside you awakens and whispers, you don't have to run anymore. You don't have to chase what isn't yours. Because alignment is more powerful than effort, and peace is more magnetic than desperation. You are not here to beg life to love you. You are here to become the kind of person who attracts what is meant for them, not by force, but by being in full alignment with truth. Buddhism teaches that when your mind, heart, and actions are aligned, the universe becomes a mirror. You don't have to scream at it. You don't have to grab it by the collar. You just live in harmony. You speak with honesty. You move with purpose. You rest when it's time to rest. And you trust deeply that what belongs to you will know the way. When you chase, you come from lack. When you align, you come from faith. When you chase, you act from fear. When you align, you radiate calm. And people can feel that. Life can feel that. So if something hasn't come to you yet, don't ask, why am I not enough? Instead ask, am I aligned with what I say I want? Am I speaking words of peace but living in anxiety? Am I praying for love but settling for chaos? Am I asking for abundance while entertaining people who drain me? Because you attract not what you wish for, but what you are in this very moment. So this morning, breathe deeply and realign, not with what the world says is impressive, but with what your soul knows is right. Say it slowly like a vow. I do not chase. I align. I create space within me so what is meant for me has a place to land. I trust divine timing more than I trust pressure. I trust stillness more than speed. And most of all, I trust that I am already becoming the person who no longer has to beg for anything, because what is meant for you will not require chasing. It will come to the you who is fully at peace, fully grounded, fully present. And in that moment, you'll realize it was never about chasing. It was always about returning to who you were before the world taught you to run. 6. Even my pain is part of my awakening. Pain has a strange way of arriving uninvited. It doesn't knock softly. It enters loudly. It breaks routines, silences joy, shakes your sense of self. And most of the time, your first instinct is to resist it, to fix it, to bury it, to ask, Why me? But what if this pain wasn't here to destroy you? What if it came to wake you up? This morning, before the noise of the day enters your mind, remind yourself, even this ache, this quiet suffering no one else sees, it has meaning. It is not the enemy of your growth. It is the doorway. Buddhist wisdom reminds us that suffering is not a mistake. It is part of the journey. The lotus, one of the most sacred symbols in Buddhism, does not grow in clean water. It rises from the mud. And so do you. That heartbreak you thought you'd never recover from, it taught you how deeply you could love. That betrayal that shattered your trust, it exposed what wasn't real so your life could finally rest on truth. That failure that knocked the wind out of you, it stripped away your ego and built something purer in its place. You see, pain doesn't just break you, it reveals you. It shows you who you are without the masks. It takes away what's temporary, so you can meet what's eternal. You were never meant to carry pain forever, but you were meant to pass through it, to let it crack open your illusions, to let it peel back the layers that were never really you. And in that process, something softer forms, something wiser, something you couldn't have become without the fire. So this morning, if you're hurting, don't hide it. Don't numb it. Don't rush to cover it with fake positivity. Sit with it. Listen to it. Let it speak. Because sometimes pain is the only thing strong enough to pull you back to your soul. Repeat this to yourself, not as a quote, but as a sacred truth. My pain is not here to punish me. It is here to awaken me. I do not fear it. I face it. I do not avoid it. I learn from it. I do not break beneath it. I rise within it. And know this: every wound you carry is being transformed. Not in one day, not all at once, but slowly, silently as you keep showing up, breath by breath. Your pain is not your prison. It is the path. And you, my friend, are awakening. 7. Today, I walk slowly, but I walk with purpose. Every morning, as the world begins to spin again, you can almost hear it whisper, "Hurry up. Look how far ahead they are. You're late. You should have been more by now." And if you listen to that voice too long, you'll start to confuse speed with meaning. You'll start running without knowing where you're going. You'll start rushing without realizing you're just chasing shadows. But not today. Not anymore. Because this morning you remember something deeper. You don't have to move fast to move forward. You don't have to keep up with the world to stay aligned with your soul. You can walk slowly and still be going exactly where you're meant to go. The trees don't bloom all year. The moon doesn't shine every night. Even the ocean pulls back before it rises. So why should your growth look like a straight, fast line? Buddhist wisdom reminds us, when you walk, just walk. Be fully there, in your body, in your breath, in the quiet rhythm of your steps. There's nothing to prove. There's only presence. You don't need to outrun your past. You don't need to impress anyone watching. You don't even need to know every detail of the destination. You just need to trust your direction and honor your pace. Because walking with intention, even if it's slow, will always take you farther than sprinting without clarity. So today, walk slowly. Let your feet remember the ground beneath you. Let your breath sync with the silence. Let your soul move before your body does. And if people pass you, let them. If others reach milestones faster, let them. Because your path was never meant to look like theirs. You are not here to compete. You are here to become. Repeat this gently, like a vow to yourself. I do not rush. I do not panic. I do not force what is not ready. I walk slowly, but I walk with purpose. I trust where I'm going, even if I don't arrive today. And when the world tries to speed you up again, pause, breathe, smile softly to yourself, because you know something they forgot. It's not how fast you move, it's how present you are in each step that changes your entire life. 8. My peace cannot be stolen unless I give it away. There will always be something trying to steal your peace. A message that triggers you, a person who doesn't understand you, a delay in your plans, a misunderstanding that hurts more than it should, an old wound that wakes up without warning. And when these things happen, your mind will race to respond. Your body will tense. Your heart will feel pulled into a fight, even when you don't want to fight. But this morning, take a breath and remember something simple and sacred. Your peace is not up for sale. It cannot be stolen. It cannot be ripped from you. It can only be surrendered, and only if you allow it. No one can make you angry unless you give them the permission to enter your space. No moment can ruin your day unless you hand it the power to write your story. No situation can control you unless you forget who you are. You are not here to react to everything. You are not a puppet for outside energy. You are a calm presence, a sacred boundary, a soul learning how to live in a chaotic world without becoming chaotic inside. Buddhism teaches, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. That means you don't have to fight for it. You don't have to beg for it. You just have to protect it like something precious, because it is. Your peace is your power, and your power begins the moment you stop explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. It begins when you stop reacting to everything that pokes your wounds. It begins when you say silently, inwardly, firmly, this doesn't deserve my energy. This doesn't belong in my inner space. This doesn't get to follow me around all day. And even if someone tries to provoke you, even if something doesn't go your way, even if you feel everything bubbling under the surface, you pause, you breathe, you return home to yourself. Say it out loud. My peace cannot be stolen unless I give it away. I choose not to give it away today. I can walk away, stay silent, forgive quietly, and still win. Because peace is not weakness. It is control. It is maturity. It is sacred power hidden in restraint. And today, that power belongs to you. By the time the world starts pulling you in every direction, you'll already be grounded. Because you didn't begin your day with noise, you began it with truth. And now, no comment, no delay, no storm can shake what you've already planted. Your peace isn't accidental. It's intentional. It was built word by word, in the sacred stillness before anyone else touched your soul. So carry it gently, protect it fiercely, and remember, you don't become what the world calls you. You become what you tell yourself when no one else is listening.